Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to introduce many different revelations as well as saga-wide implications that will change how the fans view the past 8 Star Wars films within the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is going to have a lot of connections to the prequels and the originals that's going to be used as a way in order to benefit many of the characters like Rey and Kylo Ren in this story by J.J. Abrams. And we do know that J.J., George Lucas, and Chris Terrio are all on board for this movie to also use a lot of Star Wars Legends content to tell a very unique story. Now these past couple of weeks or so we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for the characters of Anakin and Rey. Now specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey making her way into the Lost City, where it's described that she is traveling to the land of warriors and seeks knowledge of both the Jedi and the Sith. It's described that eventually Rey reaches a place called the Lake of Dreams, which is said to have been connected to the Beyond by the Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker. The next describes Rey meditating in the Lake of Dreams, where she begins to hear whispers of what is said to be Anakin's Force ghost, reaching out to Rey and guiding her mind through the Lake of Dreams and revealing certain secrets about her potential. It's said that with Anakin's guidance and what he reveals to Rey while linked to the Lake of Dreams is that Rey is said to be a virgin of the Force, a nexus of some kind, that Rey as a person is a concentration of the Force itself when it comes to her powers. Additionally, it's described by Anakin's guidance that she contains a dormant dark power that has been within her from the very start, and that her power is rising while a dark entity is becoming stronger across the galaxy. So what's really interesting about all of this is that we do know that Episode 9 is really going to explain more about Rey's origins, exactly where she comes from, her potential as a character, and really making Rey go through a series of tests in this movie by JJ. Now the first thing that I do want to go over is the Lake of Dreams. It's said to be connected by the Beyond, all thanks to Anakin Skywalker's Force ghost himself. Now the Beyond is said to be a very mysterious location within the Star Wars universe that is said to be very powerful through the ways of the dark side and contains the origins of the dark side itself. So I also want to go over what's really interesting about this is how through Anakin's guidance, through the whispers of Anakin's voice in the form of a Force ghost, while she is meditating in the Lake of Dreams, it's said that she is a virgin of the Force, a nexus if you will. Basically, Rey is a concentration of the Force itself, and that within her she holds a dark, dormant power that has been with her from the very start. And as a dark entity is rising in power across the galaxy, most likely Darth Sidious's spirit, of course, that her power is actually starting to rise and take control. Now, could that very well be a hint that she is indeed the creation of Palpatine or has some form of connection to Palpatine himself? Very possible for sure. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is really going to give us a lot of twists and turns. It's going to make us view both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a different light. And this whole entire connection between both Anakin and Rey, while she is linked with the actual Lake of Dreams sequence, it's really something straight out of Legends material. We had a very similar thing, I believe it was called the Force Pool or something like that, where an individual will be able to go in there and really concentrate on the Force to its maximum potential. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is how she is meditating and hears the Force ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker reaching out to her. Now, Anakin is said to be the one responsible for linking the Lake of Dreams to the Beyond itself. Now, the Beyond is not just powerful with the origins of the dark side, but also serves as the origins of the galaxy itself and the light side. So this is said to be the very start of the galaxy itself. It's almost like as if it's being treated as the Big Bang or something around those lines. So this whole entire sequence within the Lost City, we do know that Rey in the second act of the film, she's going to seek for a lot of Jedi and Sith lore, artifacts, relics, ruins, you name it, to learn more about the history of the Jedi and the Sith in order to get historical accuracy about her new order and what she's actually set to create in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, the last piece that I do want to go over is something that's very interesting, is that we do know that the Lost City itself is based underneath the surface of an unknown world that is very strong with the Force itself. And a lot of people are starting to wonder on whether or not the Lost City could very well have some form of a connection to a place that is close to the unknown regions. Now, we do know that this unknown world is going to be a major part in the second act of Episode 9, and then when of course, Rey goes there, is when she learns more about the Jedi and the Sith, especially the ancient Jedi and Sith, and where she begins to communicate with the Force ghosts of Obi-Wan, Anakin, Luke, etc., and learns more about everything related to the ancient knowledge of the Jedi and the Sith. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.